after you cross the finish line, pumping up the crowd, celebrating out there a little bit. There's so much serious business in the track world championships and Eagles camp and all that stuff. And obviously, a ton of serious questions that all the Eagles riders will ask you in the coming days. How important was it to take the day and just have a little fun?
Super important. I think, this is kind of like my coming out party to Philadelphia, as an athlete. It's not my first game yet, but, I went to the Sixers game on Monday, the playoff game, and, I saw firsthand, like, the swings of the fans. So if I get in their good graces to start, that'll be good for my career for sure.
Question for Amar. Amar, how would you assess where you are right now, heading into the Jamaican trials and possibly the World Championship? How would you assess where you are right now at this point?
Yeah, I'm strong. I'm in great shape. Coach told me before the race, don't expect nothing fast. We're just gonna keep shaving off, and we're gonna run fast in June, and the time matters. So I just came out here with an open mind, just to execute as best as possible, and just to see where I'm at, and just to have fun and line up with Devon and put on a good show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michelle Thompson, 93.5. Omar, you took a break, and how do you feel returning now?
I feel really good. Like Devon said, it's just all about making sure that you're mentally in the sport. And taking a break gave me an opportunity to get my mental right and to focus on things that I love outside of track and field. And I think coming out here, I have nothing to lose. Coming out here, I still love the sport. So every time I come out here, it's all about having fun for me and slowly falling in love and staying in love with the sport and making sure that I'm mentally in it and want to do it.
How long have you been running with
Devon? 8 years, 2014.
I think this is the first time Devon has ever beat me, so that's
I'll take it anytime I can.
Any other questions?
Omar, if my memory's right, you were right here for Arkansas, I think. Before, was it?
No, it was for Kingston College, high school.
Yeah, high school.
Yeah, so this is my first time running here as a professional athlete.
But you've been here before, you know what the atmosphere is like, you know what all the Jamaican fans are like.
Yes.
It's been a little while, obviously, because of the pandemic, since there was last a full-fledged meet. I wonder how this feels, does it feel like it used to?
Yeah, it feels really, it's better. The crowd is always exuberating coming at Penn relays. Me and Devon was just talking about we're happy that we're here instead of Drake relays because the crowd is good. The weather is way better. And I know the Jamaican people are going to come out, so I'm just happy that we put on a show for them.
I love that we quoted that, right?
Yeah, I do love Drake relays.
I do too. Yeah, the weather is a little bit better.
But this was a great meet. I mean, I never experienced Penn relays, and I run at Drake a lot of times as well. It's a great meet, and then being here, especially with the Jamaican presence, hopefully we can get some U.S. versus Jamaica, back, or U.S. versus the world, but it's really U.S. versus Jamaica. It'll be good if we can get some four Americans and 4 Jamaicans in a hurdle race next year. That'd be good.
Absolutely.
Have you been to Jamaica?
I have, yeah, a few times. I've run in Kingston, probably three years, yeah.
And Omar, what's next for you?
Puerto Rico. Yes.
What's your plan moving forward, obviously, with football? How would you prioritize track at this point? Is it solely your eyes on football, ingratiating yourself with the Eagles, or is there still you're going to try to balance the two?
Yeah, so I'm going to do my best to balance the two. Had a lot of conversations with the coaching staff, position coaches, head coach, OC, and then also strength and conditioning. Like I said earlier, the most important thing is to stay healthy. Obviously, if I'm going to continue to run track and train for U.S. championships and world championships, it behooves me to try to win it, and be in the best shape I possibly can be, and be as prepared as I possibly can be to win it. Because if I'm not going there to win, then I should just focus on football now. But I am doing football. I was at OTAs this week. It was a good refresher of what I need to do. Football hasn't changed. It's the same sport I played for 15 years. And this next week I'm going to take a week off the track and kind of just focus on the football stuff. And then once this week of OTAs is done, I'm going to take 2 weeks back on the track. I had a couple meets lined up, and then kind of go back and forth until the first week of June, and then spend the next 6 weeks getting ready for Worlds and U.S. championships and stuff like that. But I'm in good shape already. Foot speed wise, fitness, I'm in pretty good shape. I can stand to lose a couple pounds just because I'm a little bit heavy. But other than that, I feel good. Omar could tell you too, like health is the most important thing in this game. If you can just put weeks, back-to-back weeks of training where you just stay healthy, you might do 3 days a week, but if you're healthy, that's great. As opposed to like working super hard and then having to take 4 weeks off because you can't train. So I'm going to keep it that way, and I'm looking forward to the process and enjoying it. I mean, I did in college as well, and it worked out for me then.
Quick, two things. We talked about the 7 steps.
Yep.
First hurdle, that's what you're talking about.
Yes, yep.
I understand.
Yep.
And then your next meet.
Next week, Puerto Rico as well. So
Okay.
I'll see Omar, and I think Hampton Parchment's going to be there as well. And I think a few other track riders. It's going to be a good race. So yeah, that'll be there, and then Jacksonville the week after. And then the 7-step thing, I think, a lot of people put too much weight on the start, like 8 or 7. They're like, oh, well, 7's the best because that's, the world record holder ran 7 and Grant's running 7. But it's really how you feel. And I got to a point last year where I just felt like I was putting the brakes on too much into one. And so, we tried to transition into 7 so I can accelerate through one, and that's the most important thing in the hurdles is, use the first 3 hurdles to accelerate and then go. If you're trying to accelerate hurdles 3 through 7, you're already behind. You have to catch up, and a lot of times it doesn't work because, you press, so you're not relaxed. So the 7 I think is going to be good. It's been going well so far. I mean, like I said, I was a little bit overzealous to switch 2 weeks before USA's, but it's working out now, so.
And you've gone from 8 to 7, or is it?
From 8 to 7,
From 8
yeah,
to
yeah.
7. Just want to make sure. Thank you.
So we have 2 questions left, and then that's a wrap.
Hi, Sean Gary with TRTC and Track Alerts for Omar. You had some Jamaican trials, you had some difficulty. What was the main takeaway from that meet, and how do you prepare with 3 years of upcoming back-to-back championships?
Yeah, last year was a learning lesson. It was completely my fault. I took full responsibility for that, and so it's 2022, and I've put that behind me, and so I'm just trying to look forward to what's to come. I have 3 solid back-to-back championship years, and I'm with a new coach now, and we're just building, and I'm learning his system, and he's learning my body, and we're just putting in some base work right now to really set me up for the next 3 years to come. So I'm very excited for that. So I'm just being very patient and just taking it one race at a time, and I know we'll put it together when the time is right.
Last question.
You guys compete less than 2 weeks from now. Like, what do you do from now to then prepare? I know you guys are kind of working on different things. So just talk about like what you look forward to doing coming in Puerto Rico.
I don't know, with coach, just keep building. Nothing has changed. Just trust my coach, and whatever he tells me to do, he knows what's best. So, like I said, I'm in this new system where I'm learning, and I'm rebuilding as an athlete. I'm 28 years old now, and I just turned 28 on Monday, and I feel like my career has just begun. I feel like I'm just hitting my peak, and like I said, I'm just excited. So in 2 weeks, I'm ready to light it up as always. Have fun with these guys, and every time we line up, it's always great competition. Looking forward to a fast time.
Yeah, I think that'd be a question for my coach as well, but me and him are on the same page. Usually we're probably going to load up the next 3 or 4 weeks for the month of May, maybe like a week or 2 before May, 4 weeks out from USA. We'll start to deload in terms of volume, start to feel fast, let the nervous system kind of like relax, and just feel sharp competing. I think it's important as a hurdler, especially to race. I say this a lot when I'm talking to people that don't know, about the hurdle races. We try to mimic as well as we can the hurdle atmosphere in practice by reducing the distance, reducing the height, but you can never quite get the same thing as a race competition. So it's super important to have races as a hurdler. It doesn't really matter, per se what event or what venue. It's important just to go and compete. So I think, we'll probably run in the same meets coming up the next 6 weeks, and then their champs are a little bit after ours, but we'll have US champs and kind of go from there. But yeah, it should be good. Like I said earlier, the number one thing is to stay healthy. And I'm in a good spot now. I think keeping around 13-1, you're gonna give yourself a good spot to make any final or any team per se. It's just gotta keep chipping away and feeling good. Keep working. And I think with some weight loss too, it'll come down. I'll probably lose about 7 or 8 pounds. So be good. Yeah.
It makes me think what I need to do. Anyway, thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations on a great race. Good luck in Puerto Rico.
Thank you so much.